I think you know what I'm about to say. I think you know what I'm about to do with the glue. I think you know. If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you. I take the glue, I unscrew the cap, and I pour the whole thing in her shoe. Like, I just grab the shoe from under her desk and I Hey YouTubers. Okay, so I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a few days. I've been busy with school, cheer, cross country, and then I've had some other stuff going on this week and this weekend. Been kind of stressful. Well, today I'm going to do a story time about the time I put glue in this girl's shoe. And I know you're like, Renee, why would you do that? But I was young. I was just a kid doing stupid things, making stupid decisions. I still do now. But okay, this story takes place when I was in the 1st grade, and I had went to, y'all know I went to Glen Oaks Elementary. That's when I had cut the girl's hair. That was a story time. Yeah, I went to that school. Well, in the middle of the year, I don't know exactly when, but I just know like somewhere in the middle of the year, I transferred from Glen Oaks over to Claiborne Elementary. So I went to Claiborne. And there was a girl, and we'll call her Angela because her name starts with an A, so I just call her Angela. So Angela went to Glen Oaks, and she wasn't in my kindergarten class. She was in a different kindergarten class, but that's how I knew her. So we both had went to Glen Oaks, but she started 1st grade at Claiborne, and I just came to Claiborne in the middle of 1st grade. So when I got there, I sat next to her because I was comfortable with her. Like, I knew her, so I was a little bit more comfortable. We weren't like friends, we were more like associates, but you know, we knew each other, so I just thought I would sit next to her, you know, until I'd make some friends. Well, one day we were in class, and it was literally like almost time to go home, and I literally think we had not even an hour of school left. Like, it was almost time to go home. So I remember that once we had finished our work, we kind of just sit there and just talk, you know what I'm saying, like after we finished our classwork or whatever. And after the teacher would pass out the homework, we would just sit there, talk, wait for the time to go home and everything. So I remember she had this party bag that she had got from a birthday party. And you know, like the party bags when they have like the little candies and little toys, sometimes they have like little bubbles and things like that, like little rings and stuff. Well, yeah, it had little plastic toys and stuff in it. So she had like this, it was like a High School Musical party bag, and it had like a little water bottle. Like the water bottle was like about that big. It wasn't very big. It was like a cute little water bottle. It was cute, not gonna lie, it was a cute little water bottle. Well, she had some type of juice in it, and she was like, oh yeah, this juice is so good. And I'm like, what are you drinking? And she's like, juice. I don't know what kind of juice. And she just was just sipping on that juice, you know. She was just sipping on that juice throughout class and stuff. And she had took out her party bag, and she was like teasing me with the party bag. She was like, ooh, I got a party bag and you don't. And I'm like, where'd you get that from? And she's like, oh, I went to my cousin's birthday party and they gave out party bags. Like, you know, she was saying it like she was bragging about her little stupid little party bag, like I really cared, which I kind of did care. I wanted one. But yeah, she was like bragging about the candy bag. And so she kept like waving it around in my face, like, don't you wish you had one? And she was kind of like, I won't really say she was being mean about it. She was just, I don't know, I guess bragging about her candy bag. Like, I really was supposed to care. So, I don't know, I was getting mad that she was, like, teasing me with her candy bag and her little water bottle. So, I snatched the bag out of her hand, and I got up, and I literally got up from my desk, walked over to the trash can and threw it in the trash. So she walked up to me, grabbed the candy bag out the trash, then she punched me in my stomach. And so I pushed her and I said, don't hit me. I did not put my hands on you. Don't put your hands on me. And she said, don't ever put your hands on my things. That's mine. I said, well, you shouldn't be waving in people's face. You know how little kids are. So we go back to our desk like that never happened. So I'm just sitting there really upset. You know, my face is real red. Like, I can't believe she hit me. And all I did was push her back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really hit her. I just pushed her, you know? So I was like, I gotta get her back better than that. I mean, I have to. My name ain't what it is if I don't. So I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, like, what can I do to get her back? I have to do it now. Like, I have to do it before this day ends. What can I do? And I'm just sitting at my desk and I'm looking at the teacher and she's sitting at this little round table. It's like sometimes we would have that table for like stations, you know, in kindergarten, first grade, you have like the little stations, you know. Well, we would have that little round table for stations and she would sit like in the middle of the table. So it was kind of like a horseshoe and she would sit like in the middle and then we would sit around her. Well, she was sitting at that table and she was like writing something down. I don't know what she was writing. I guess she was maybe grading papers or I don't know. But she was just writing stuff. She wasn't even paying attention to us. We were all just sitting down, conversating with our neighbors. So I'm just sitting at the desk. And you know how the desk, like they have like a little opening in the desk where you can keep your school supplies. So I had a bottle of glue that I had not used that whole year. Like I can't say I didn't use it. I used it a couple times, but I had already, you know, my parents had already bought me glue, but that was just like an extra one I had. It was like a liquid glue, like a bottle of Elmer's liquid glue. And I think I only used it like one time, but I had not ever used that. I usually like to use glue sticks. When I was younger, I liked glue sticks because that glue was so messy. I didn't like it. I didn't like that glue all over my hands. But sometimes I would play with the glue and let it dry and then peel it off. But when I was like gluing papers, I didn't like to get that glue everywhere. So I would use glue sticks. So I had this extra bottle of glue that I did not use. So I'm looking at the glue and I'm just like, what can I do with this? I mean, I can't cut her hair. I've already done that. I was like, but what can I do with this glue though? And then she takes off her shoes. She takes off both of her shoes and they're like sitting under her desk. And then I'm just looking and I'm like, And she kind of like sits on her knees. Like after she takes her shoes off and places them under her desk, she sits on her knees. So I'm just looking down at her shoes and I'm like, I wonder. Ooh, I got an idea. So I take the glue. You guys, I think you know what I'm about to say. I think you know what I'm about to do with the glue. I think you know. If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you. I take the glue, I unscrew the cap, and I pour the whole thing in her shoe. Like I just grab the shoe from under her desk and I pour I just squeeze the whole bottle out, and it's sitting in my lap because like she's right next to me, but she's not paying no attention to what I'm doing. So the shoe's sitting like in my lap, and the glue's I'm pouring the glue in her shoe, so nobody can see what I'm doing because I'm facing this way. Like I'm facing this way, and like they were facing like this way and this way. She was sitting and facing that way, so she couldn't see what I was doing. Nobody could really see what I was doing. So I'm just pouring the glue in there. So once a whole bottle is empty, I screw it back, throw it back in my desk. Then I take her shoe and I place it right back where I found it. So after that, it was time to go home, and you know, they did like the afternoon announcements over the intercom, and they were like, okay, well, riders, walkers, you know, bus riders, whatever. So me and her were both car riders, so everyone goes into the gym to go home. Like they do like bus riders. The bus riders would line up and go to their bus, and then the walkers would go ahead and start walking and then the car riders would go to the gym, and our parents would pick us up from the gym. So she goes, and I'm just watching her, like I'm watching her, like seeing what she's like about to do, waiting for her to stick her foot in that shoe. So I'm just watching her. And she puts her foot in the shoe. She's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, y'all, I'm sitting here like this. Like, I'm literally giving myself away because I'm trying not to laugh, but I could not help it. I just bust out laughing. Oh my God. Like, oh, I'm just sitting there just busting out laughing. It was so funny to me when she stuck her foot in that shoe. Oh, I liked it to die. So the teacher knew I did it just because of how bad I was laughing. And everybody's just looking around like, what's going on? And I'm just sitting here laughing, and then she's freaking out because there's glue, sticky something in her shoe. And she takes off, and so the teacher runs to her, and she's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "There's something in my shoe, some sticky glue or something." And she said, "Renee, did you do this?" She already knew I did it. I just had to confess. Yeah, I did it. I mean, there wasn't no point in lying. I did it. She already was on to me, and I confessed. I just didn't care at that point. So she literally was hopping on one foot, and like she took her sock and threw it away too, because she had on socks, so she just threw the sock away. So she was literally hopping on one foot. Like, this girl literally hopped all the way to the gym from our classroom on one foot. And it was raining outside too. It was raining, so when her mom came and picked her up, she hopped all the way to her mom's car in the rain. Yeah, I was watching her too, and it was so funny. It was so funny. And she didn't have, like, the shoes, they were cute shoes, but they weren't like, they didn't look like any type of expensive shoes, you know what I'm saying? They weren't like Jordans or Nike, you know what I'm saying? They were just like little cute little sparkly slip-on shoes, you know? So I don't think her mom would have been missing out on no money or nothing. So she really didn't make a big deal after that. But the teacher wrote me up, called my mom, told her what I did. And when my mom came and picked me up, my mom took me home. She's like, "You already know you're about to get a whooping. You're in trouble. You're grounded. You know, they fussed at me. They whooped me." That was it for me. And I was suspended. I think I was suspended for like 2 or 3 days. I think it was like 2 days. I'm not sure how long, but I did get suspended. And yeah, that's the time I put glue in a girl's shoe. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. If y'all want me to do a video, just comment down below, and I'll try to make that happen for y'all, like I say in all my videos. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, hit the like button, and share, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!